All right, I'm going to go through how to graph a scatter plot with you and also how to get a correlation, talk about what that is. So what we did in class, we took some students' height, shoe size, how long they could hold their breath, and how long they could walk around with a book balanced on their head. And that's what these numbers are. So let's say I want to compare your height to how long you can hold your breath and see if there's any kind of relationship there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to highlight all these numbers. I am including the title because it'd be nice to put that on the chart. I always call this advanced clicking because what you're going to have to do now, and you can't see me do it, but I'm holding down the control button on the keyboard. That's the bottom left corner. And then I'm going to go over here to this D column, and I'm going to get all these numbers, including the title. All right, once I've got both of those highlighted and you're seeing kind of the color change there, now I can let go of control. I'm going to go to insert, and I'm going to go down to chart. And I want a scatter plot, so it may not come up that way. If it does, great. Yeah, it came up as a line. So pretty easy to change. Chart editor should already be up. If it's not, you can go to these three dots right here and click edit. But I'm just going to do a scatter plot. You can do the pre-done one here. You can scroll down a little bit more and pick that option. I'm just going to do this pre-done version because it's nice and labeled. It labels the column headers are already down there. So here's our plot. And some things you can do. Hopefully these things you won't have to change. Sometimes it can get kind of weird with checking different boxes to make it show up right. But customize, that has all your basic stuff. If you want to change the fonts, colors, layouts, axis, the titles, so changing these things, changing the fonts of those. The big thing we want to be able to do is put a trend line on here. We want to see if there's some kind of prediction, if I can accurately predict how long someone can hold their breath based on how tall they are. This is something you've been doing for a long time. It's that line of best fit idea. These don't really appear to be in a line. So what we'll do is we'll make a line through here. We'll let the computer do it so it gets the most accurate line possible. And then we'll talk about the correlation and what that means. That puts a definite mathematical number to how confident I am in this prediction. So I want to get a line on here. I need to go to series, and I'm going to scroll down almost to the bottom there where it says trend line. I'm going to click that one. And that comes up right away. Okay, it's not hitting many dots, so I'm not feeling very confident that that's going to be a good prediction. But we do want to get a little more math on that. So come down here where it says label and change that to use equation. And now we've actually got our prediction equation. So we can use that now to make some predictions. All right. So there's my equation. I'm going to come back to that in just a minute. I want to show you how to do a correlation. So I want to compare height to how long someone can hold their breath. I'm going to put that right here in this H4 cell. So your formula is Correl. So you're going to type in equals Correl. And I highly recommend anytime a formula pops up, you just go ahead and click on it. And I should be able to get some more information about how to put this in. If I click that little question mark that popped up, it says data Y, comma, data X. So basically, give it the list of numbers you want in one column, and then give it the list of numbers you want for the other. All right, I want to compare the two lists that I used over here, height and how long I hold my breath. So I'm going to, first of all, highlight all these numbers in that B column. I don't want the header this time. I just want the numbers. This is just using pure data. It's not using any words. All right. And then we were supposed to put a comma. And then once we do that, it wants the second list of numbers. So I'm going to highlight this second list. For the correlation, order really shouldn't matter here. And I'm going to hit enter once we're good with that. And I'm going to not autofill for now because I'm not too worried. I just want to show you this one formula. All right, that's about 0.17. So think of it almost like a percentage. That's about a 17% confidence on that this is a good accurate prediction. So if I'm putting money on this, probably not using this formula to take that bet. All right, something you're going to eventually have to do on this assignment is make a prediction. So this line we calculated earlier, this is our prediction equation. There's an assumed y equals, and there's your x value. As always, x is the axis is horizontal. These numbers are your x values this way, 60, 62, and so on. Those are heights. And that's important. You got to make sure you understand that x represents a real life value, it represents height. Y represents how long you can hold your breath in this case. Those do matter. So let's say someone is, let's say they're pretty tall, they're 75 inches tall. How long can they hold their breath? So, what I would do to figure that out is take my prediction equation, and in the spreadsheet, I can do math by just typing equals. So 0.487 times my x value, which in this case is a height, and I said 75 inches, plus the other part over here, plus 0.263. So by this prediction equation, which we already said is not great, if someone was 75 inches tall, they should be able to hold their breath about 36 and a half, 37 seconds.